it's Elina. Today I will discuss caffeine and my 30-day caffeine detox. So I have a little bit complicated relationship with caffeine. I decided to quit caffeine to better understand its effects on me, and later on I will get back on it. So the reason why I consume coffee or caffeine in general is that it makes me feel more focused, creative, and excited. And it's also kind of a ritual in the morning, and during dark winter months, it cheers me up. But if I overconsume it, I start to feel anxious and very unfocused. I have noticed that I have become more tolerant to coffee or caffeine in general. So instead of just having 1 cup of coffee in the morning, I have started to add 1 cup of green tea to my afternoon, and that really bothers me because I would like to feel more energetic naturally. So the goal is to reset things so that I don't need to use coffee for my baseline maintenance. I'm also curious to find out how long these withdrawal symptoms would last, and also whether my cognitive function and creativity would be the same during and after my caffeine detox. So what is caffeine? Caffeine is probably the most used drug in the world. It is a plant-based compound and a central nervous system stimulant. Approximately 90% of adults in the world consume caffeine daily, mostly to wake up, get through the day, or to improve our cognitive or physical performance. Caffeine is found in plants, and it is not only in coffee, but also in many teas, energy drinks, sodas, dark chocolate, and in certain medications. So the effects of caffeine typically peak within an hour of consuming it, but caffeine can stay in our bodies for hours afterwards, which is the very reason why it can affect our sleep. And it is estimated that caffeine's half-life is up to 5 hours. On my first day of my caffeine detox, I woke up at 7:50 a.m. without an alarm clock. Instead of having my regular cup of coffee, I had a cup of rooibos tea. For breakfast, I had a bowl of muesli, coconut yogurt, fresh berries, and pineapple. It wasn't until later in the afternoon when tiredness hit me and I had to take a nap.
Okay, so I just came for a walk. It's only 5:30 p.m. so far, but yeah, I feel tired. I actually had an afternoon nap, but that didn't help much.
We often think that caffeine makes us more energetic, alert, and gives us more stamina. But caffeine does not give us real energy. Caffeine works by blocking the action of adenosine, which is a neurotransmitter that promotes sleep. And when adenosine cannot do its job properly, we feel more alert. But adenosine keeps on rising in the body, and when caffeine is finally metabolized, the tiredness will return. It's like a debt that needs to be paid back. Day 2 of my caffeine detox was definitely way worse than the first one.
It's day 2 of my caffeine detox, and I am so not feeling myself at all. I am supposed to drive to work again. It's Sunday, and yeah, I'm honestly I don't know. Everything is just so dull and gray. I don't know. I just can't wait this detox to be over. Okay, see you later.
So how much caffeine is safe to consume? According to many official recommendations, such as the US and European Food Safety Authorities, up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day is considered to be safe for most adults. This is up to 4 cups of coffee per day. This excludes pregnant women, children, and people with certain health conditions. How much we can consume, I think, also has a lot to do with our bio-individuality. and how well we metabolize caffeine. For instance, I consider myself as a slow metabolizer, and this means that I don't do well with more than 1 cup of coffee per day. If I do more than that, I usually start to feel very dizzy and anxious. Day 3 was a lot better. I started my day with some mat Pilates and felt pretty good. I have also noticed how I enjoy breakfast so much more now that I don't drink any coffee. Caffeine seems to reduce appetite and also influence our appetite hormones. It wasn't until later in that afternoon when tiredness hit me and I was forced to take a nap, which seems to have become a new habit of mine in my new caffeine-deprived life. Rooibos tea has become a new joy of mine and part of my morning ritual. I think quality teas can be pretty good because they are full of flavonoid antioxidants, they can promote metabolism and digestion. Day 4 was good. It wasn't until later in the afternoon again when I started to feel a little bit tired, but once I started teaching my Pilates classes, I felt energetic again. If you are trying to manage or reduce your caffeine intake, pay attention to the size of your cup and also how many shots of espresso they use in your specialty coffee drinks. Withdrawal symptoms are real and they include things like headache, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, decreased motivation, and irritability. You can try to avoid this by decreasing your caffeine intake slowly, day by day, or you can, for instance, trade 1 cup of coffee for a cup of green tea, which has much less caffeine in it. And then there are a list of things that you can try to feel more energized. These include things like proper hydration, so drink water and teas without caffeine. I would also pay attention to your sleep, like getting at least 7 hours of quality sleep per night, moving your body, but avoiding excess exercise just before your bedtime, avoiding processed foods because they tend to lead to those horrible blood sugar crashes, and also getting some sunlight or daylight. At least for me, taking walks outdoors has been very, very helpful.
I'm here outside to take a walk and to avoid my afternoon energy crash that has become a new thing in my life. I know it sounds a little bit funny, but if I have a chance, I always take an afternoon nap now that I'm doing this detox. I just don't know what happens, but my energy levels just crash. So I hope this walk outside will cheer me up a little bit.
In moderation, both coffee and tea can come with some health benefits. They can help us to focus, improve our cognitive and physical performance, and make us feel more alert. And both of these also contain some antioxidants, even though I think it's much better to get your antioxidants and vitamins and minerals from real foods. And then there are a few things that worry me a little bit, like how caffeine is going to affect our bone health. This is because caffeine is very acidic in the body and it can prevent calcium absorption, which can lead to bone loss in the long term. And for this reason, I always like to add a little bit of plant-based milk into my coffee or tea. From a beauty perspective, I think there's very little beauty in coffee. It's dark and looks more like motor oil. And the more I have studied this, the more I have become convinced that coffee or caffeine is not going to increase our beauty. It's diuretic, meaning that it removes water from the body and makes our skin drier, which can lead to wrinkles. And for this reason, I think it's very important to have a cup of water when you are having a cup of coffee or tea. Similarly, coffee, especially because it's very dark, it can stain our teeth and it can also erode our tooth enamel. And when it comes to sleep, I think sleep is so essential for our beauty, our vitality, and so that we can age gracefully. The less you sleep, the shorter your health span. So if you have trouble falling asleep at night, I highly recommend paying attention to your caffeine intake. At least for me, now that I have zero caffeine in my blood, I have no problem at all to fall asleep at night. To get proper sleep, we should stop drinking coffee at least 12 hours before our bedtime. These were my thoughts on caffeine so far. I will continue my 30-day caffeine detox. I hope you will have a fantastic day. I will see you next time.